What's up, guys? How we doing? Let me know you can hear me. Micah, what's happening? AirTech, I'm not late for my own party. I 100% tell you guys, as soon as the interviews were over, then I'm in there. So I am in and we are talking. And thank you, Joel Atkinson, my man. Loud and clear. Thank you. What a night, man. I don't even know what to say. I just really wanted to see what those dudes look like on the podium. If you ever want to see, if you ever want to see guys just give every single ounce of energy that they have and then a little bit more, that's what they look like. Holy crap. Even Webb did not have his typical. He was not celebrating. He was not doing anything crazy to he used every ounce of energy out there. Cole W. Bro, this is Webb's to lose. Yes, it is. He now controls his own destiny. Jeremy Maines, member, what's happening, brother? What a great 250 and 450 race. So good. So good. Oh, I was stressing for Hammacker. And I'll tell you what, guys, with Tom Vial, what a badass. What a badass. I did not think he could do that. I did not think he had that, but that's why he's the champion from last year and the world champion, because he does what he needs to. Brian S., the Whoops kicked Chase's ass. They sure did. So what I was thinking about this, and I was actually texting with Coach Rob. I was happy to see that this was not the same track that was on the track map. On the track map, the Whoops were at the back end of that straightaway to where you could get a huge run in. That's dangerous, and I don't like it. But it's also a huge advantage to Sexton because he skims and he's so much better. When they come out of the turn, it's more like jumping, and it really did. And if you want to go conspiracy theory, they spaced the Whoops out a little bit more, according to Rox and some of the other guys. Coach Rob, there he is right there, my man. I was just mentioning you. But yeah, they spaced those out just a little bit more than normal. Maybe they wanted to make sure they closed it up a little bit. I don't know. It might just be the way they built it, but what a freaking race. Holy crap. And the lappers did their best job they could to get out of there. Wow. But hey, I'll tell you what, Seth Hammacker, if he ends up being the champion, he is going to look back. They say you win your championships on the bad nights. He did exactly what he needed to. I would have liked to seen him. I think he'd already settled in and kind of got where he was going when when Hammacker had his or when Hampshire had his issues. But I think if he could have got Hampshire, he would have made it a lot more boring in Utah. But now we've got a true, just like last year. Are you serious? East showdown, winner take all. Holy crap. Let's see what else we got here. Seth had the save of the night. Oh, he had like 5 saves of the nights, Greg Crane. I mean, he 100%. Like when Hardy landed on him, oh, geesh. Coach Rob, mental monsters came out tonight. Yes, the strongest mentally got through tonight. And Coach, we were talking about this. We were shocked that they even let Vial Race getting up there on the podium and saying specifically that he had concussion symptoms. Concussion protocol. Yeah, real hard to skirt, guys. They don't care. They don't care at all. I'm glad it worked out. I wouldn't want him to sit out because of a concussion. It would have been very anticlimactic, but let's not pretend like the promoters care about these racers or do anything to prevent concussions. Coach Rob, double standards, factory versus privateers. 100%. If they want to do something to prove, yeah, we'll see. And hey, they did mention Jerry in the LCQ. And this is just me wondering. And if Lee Diffie went to see Jerry, great. But I'm wondering, was this, even if it was just to fix his image, I don't care. I appreciate it. And anything we can do for Jerry. By the way, if you guys want to donate to Jerry, he's in for the battle of his life. And he will be, you can still go over to Road to Recovery and donate. Let's not forget about him 1 week after. Yard sale. Funny how they can't say paralyzed. Yeah, they can't because they're dumbasses and they got to protect the sport. It's awful. It's ridiculous. So, hey, how about Justin Cooper in that heat race? Dear Lord. he was flying. If he could bring that to the main events, he could win a race. And I think at the end of this year, he's going to look at this and say, like, he left a couple on the table. If he could have got just a little better start. But I think Justin Cooper, I truly believe he is a little bit scared to get in the mix. He doesn't want to mess up this championship lead. Justin Cooper he wants to win, but he doesn't want to be the guy that screws it up for Webb or takes out. He's very conscious of not messing up the championship battle. But I'm telling you, when you can get wins, I had a talk with Ron Lasheen back in the day at the Tucker sales meeting, and he said, man, so many different times he was trying to help Wardy and he regrets it. He's like, man, I could have had so many more wins in my career, if I'd have just been selfish and went for it. And in about 10 years, if Justin Cooper never gets a win, or if Jet's back next year and different guys step up and he's never in this position again, he's going to be pissed that he didn't just say screw it and go for a win. Plessinger, oh boy, I expected more out of Plessinger, but I think at this point, Plessinger, I think he is, I don't know, I think he kind of wants to just get outdoors. He wants to get as many podiums as he can, stay out of the way, and get to the outdoors. Let's see. Thrasher took your woke up. Yes, Thrasher he's doing exactly what he needs to do. I think he knows that this is, if he doesn't get wins, at some point they are going to stop giving him an opportunity. Next year will be his 6th year on Star Yamaha. Nobody spends 6 years on Star Yamaha without becoming a championship contender, or really, you just don't stay there that long without winning a title. Nate looks good, and I loved hearing him on the podiums. And it was very honest what he said, where he was like, I've been scared of the whoops ever since the big crash in Atlanta. Wow. You want to talk about self-awareness? You don't get much of that from these guys. And for Nate Thrasher to say, listen, that's the first time I've actually felt confidence in whoops again. I've been scared of them. What a badass. How do you not like Nate Thrasher? He's a good dude. He's good for the sport, and I do hope he keeps his ride. Cobalt, 2009. Coach Rob, Kenny's anchor was very heavy tonight. Yes, Kenny, wow. What the heck, man? For a guy who's so talented, and can Ricky say it enough times? Explosive. At least he stopped saying fast twitch muscle, but he's, explosive early in the races. Jesus, Ricky. I think Ricky gets nervous, and when he gets nervous or loses himself, he just says, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. Can't wait. And he just repeats those same stupid phrases. Remember what we talked about? No, I don't remember what you talked about. I don't give a shit what you talk about, Ricky. Just talk about what you're going to talk about. That's it. You're the announcer. I was very, very happy to hear both Lawrence brothers, even though I'm not a fan of Hunter Lawrence, but to have both of those guys to take up airtime from Ricky in that main event, that was awesome. That was awesome. The Great Lakes outdoorsman, Kenny was trying to help his boyfriend Chase. Yes, he was. He absolutely was. And I think, and coach texted me during the race, you think he'll pass, if you think Roxon will pass Sexton if he gets there? I don't think he would have, unless he had it in there that he thinks he could go the whole main and go after. If he could go after, Webb, then he would. But if he couldn't and he was just going to take points from Chase, he wouldn't. For the record, Your Honor, the booth is Hunter's calling, no joke. I don't agree with you, but then again, maybe it's just because I think he's such a knucklehead. He did sound like he was up there auditioning. He knows his thing isn't. Oh, and Jeezy Hunter was auditioning for a future announcer. Yes, it was very obvious. He was trying to call it like he's an announcer. He wanted to show that he can do the job. Yeah. Alex W. Max Volen, first podium of his career, coming back from that nasty injury, using a recluse clutch and a handbrake. Man, I'm telling you what, I love watching the Club MX guys. If you haven't gone over to their YouTube and subscribed, you're out of your mind. That is probably the best and most open documentary that I've seen. It's so good. But yeah, to see what Max has overcome to continue racing, and not only continue racing, the dude is so talented. Ricky calling him a BMXer. He's not a BMXer. He just plays around on like Surons and bicycles to help his skills. He's not a BMX racer. His background's not in BMX racing. His dad is Talon Volen. Yeah. But Joel Atkinson, club is the future of racing. I'll tell you what, whatever they're doing, it's working. I know it didn't work for the American Psycho, Mark Finnis, but, you know, it works for almost everybody else. Joel Ritter, Ryan Blair. It's Daniel Blair, I think you're talking about. But yes, Daniel would be perfect in the booth. And Daniel's so good. He's helping that Club MX crew. They put together some good people that really know what they're doing. I don't know who I can't stand more, Duffy or RC, William Stevens says. Yeah, and you know what? It's hands down RC for me. I think, gosh, Ricky he just can't talk. I don't know why they keep trotting him out there. Seriously, I could just go. I mean, all I have to do with Ricky is just say like 5 words. Awesome. Can't wait. Remember what we talked about. And when he's trying to break down a crash, it's like, dude, just tell us. Like we saw it. He tucked the front, went down. Even if you don't know dirt bikes, you're not going to understand the knobs pulled on the side. And I don't even think he understands quite what he's talking about. And I did find it hilarious. The one crash all night that wasn't caused by Tough Blocks, he blamed on Tough Blocks. And that LCQ, Ryder Floyd went down hard. But hey, talking about the Tough Blocks again, how fortunate was it that when Sexton went off, they had the new ones that they're testing, those triangle ones that the Utah Sports Commission has in there. Thank goodness that's what was on the side. Now, I could live with those. Maybe they're not the same ones they use in, Paris and the other places, but it was so much better. He rode through it. I mean, you have to have something to mark the track and you got to promote your sponsor, but yeah. Thoughts on airbags for Forner says, for the record, Your Honor. I love the airbags, and I would absolutely recommend every single guy wear an airbag. I don't know how effective they are yet, but I'm all for anything that can keep these guys safe. Now, the contrarians are going to say like, hey, well, what if it's full and after you listen, if you've had a crash hard enough to make the airbag go off, you know what? We don't have to worry about the rest of the race. Just be happy that you're not hurt and you can continue. Brian S. Webb is never going to be a contender outdoors. That is true. He does not care about the outdoors. I remember when he won his first championship, I was in the press conference before I was banned, and I asked him, like, hey, what now? What about outdoors? And he responded, who gives a shit about outdoors? That same attitude still holds true. Austin Forner was also very fortunate for the Tough Blocks too. He was not fortunate. That thing caused his crash. Holy moly. It just blows me away that they're still putting those out there when they've got one that they just used that worked perfectly for Sexton. And while it's not perfect, I'm serious. Quinn Lopez, member, what's happening, brother? Real talk, Cooksey. Outdoors will be better if Chase is pissed about losing this and can't use a Supercross hangover as an excuse. I disagree. When you have a battle where dudes like Sexton and Webb right now, he will have a hangover. Whether he wins this or loses this, he is going to be burnt out. Coach Rob could probably speak more about that. But when you tap into what they're tapping into right now, they're going into no man's land. They're pushing their bodies, their stress, and everything on the line is so much more important. And he will be probably tired, and I don't expect a ton out of him. Then you got the Lawrence brothers coming in fresh. It's going to be a tough outdoor season for both Sexton and Webb. Brop on tap. Any way we can get Grant Langston back in the booth for outdoor season? Not a chance, especially with the way he's been speaking about MX Sports and my buddy P. Davey. They will not. It doesn't matter how great of an announcer he is. They hold grudges worse than most people. So, Tyler Armstrong. I hope Forner can bounce back. Yes, I was glad to see Forner out there. He did really good. I mean, he had some faster lap times. We saw flashes of what he can do. And I'm just glad to see it's still there after having brain surgery. What do you do? Let's see. For the record, thoughts on Jorge Pra outdoors? Better than his SX debut. Yes, it will be a lot better than his SX debut. But I think you guys, you're asking too much of Jorge Prado. You forget in the United States, we don't have 2 days of practice sessions, qualifying races to learn the tracks. He's going to all new tracks. He gets a practice session, a qualifying session, and they only do 2 sessions, I believe, outdoors. And then he's going to go race. And he's going to go on these brand new tracks. He'll have his moments. He'll have his days. And I'd be shocked if he doesn't at least get 1 win on the moto or overall. But, I don't expect Jorge Prado to come in and become the championship the first time. Nyler 8 Buds. RC on a lifetime announcing hangover. I don't even know if I'd call it hangover. I would call it like an autistic twitch. I don't know what it is. He was greatest rider to ever throw a leg over a bike, but he's horrible. Nitty gritty garage. Cole Davies over Deegs. Maybe. Just maybe. Deegs wants to clinch it, and if he gets beat by Davies, he's going to he's not going to go. He's not going to have it clinched. I really believe that he's going to go really hard in Denver and try and close this thing out. I don't think he wants to go to a showdown with any chance of anything going on. Karma Wolf. He has the yips on the mic, Asperger's, more like ass hat. Let's see. Joss Parker. Either way, they got to hit the boat, and then he jumped the simple Jack Shark. Oh, for those of you who know, okay, they're talking about the simple Jack when they say never go full retard. Ricky goes full retard every single time. For the record, Your Honor, Jason Anderson he'll be in for MX Outdoors. That is a damn good question because he and Kawasaki are not getting along. He wanted to come back when they said no, we're going a different direction, which was Chase Sexton. Yes, he's probably sick, and I'm sure he has to come back out and he's got to do something for outdoors to secure whatever his future is. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I do not know. I hope Anderson comes back and does a good job, but I honestly don't know. Let's see. Hey, have you guys noticed Dylan Ferrandis? Boy, he is fired up every time he gets near Dean Wilson. He knows they gave him that ride and he wanted it. I wish that Dylan Ferrandis had that kind of fire around everybody else. Let's see. Who else was this? Christian Craig, 14th. Wah, wah, wah. Bummer. I just expected more out of him. Let's see here. I'm going to check my notes. Oh, SMX next. Finally, the Russian gets a win. And I just want to bring something to you guys' attention. The war between Ukraine and the United States, Ukraine and Russia is still going on. They said Yevgeny Babrachev could not race because he was Russian. Yet, now they got this young kid that could be a star, but he gets to race. What's going on here? I just want an explanation on this and why they're allowing. And then I believe the guy coming from Triumph is also a Russian. So did we just forget that they did this to Yevgeny Babrachev? And I don't know. I need an explanation here as to why Yevgeny can't race, but these guys can. And now I'm glad they're racing. I'm 100%. Nobody should have ever been banned, but can we get this? Can we get this corrected? Gamer girl Kayla, the Russian kid is American born. Okay, that's fine. What about the guy that's coming over from Triumph? Does he got some sort of loophole also? Yeah, just curious. I think it's a bit of hypocrisy. Chance Hymas, glad to see he raced. He looked okay out there. I just want to see him get through the next race, get through there, and be ready for outdoors. Outdoors is his bread and butter. That's where he can be a contender. I just don't want to see something happen to him before he gets there. He's only got one more race to survive. And yeah. John, he is from the Netherlands. Yes. Yevgeny is from the Netherlands, lives in the Netherlands, raced under a Russian license. And get this, his wife is half Ukrainian. So he's married, or I'm sorry, she might even be full Ukrainian, but he's married to a Ukrainian. You think he really cares? Come on. Dino, this season flew by. Holy, yes, it did. Absolutely. I cannot believe there's only 2 rounds left. They're going to Mile High, and then Salt Lake, a couple of high altitudes. Now, what will be interesting, guys, and I'll be watching this, you know Chase Sexton is a savage. This dude, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, he will run over his grandma to get a good finish. He knows he does not control his own destiny. Does he get rough with Cooper Webb? Will he put him down? I think he will. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Quietly, Devin Simonson, once again, back to Club MX. They are so good. Devin Simonson, lifetime privateer, never had finishes like this. Works out with those guys, does the program. 9th place. Second race back, 9th place. Good on him. Let's see. I think that's about it for now, guys. I'll run through some more of your questions. Anything I missed here? For the record? Oh, sorry. Girlfriend's distracting me. Let's see here. Sorry, she totally, if I told you guys what she did, you'd be distracted too. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I got to go, guys. Totally sidetracked. But yeah, props to Tom Vial stepping up big. Oh, Colin Park. That's what I was going to talk about. Colin Park. What a great season for this kid. This is a breakout season. And I'm just happy for him. I want to see what he can do in a 450. He's a bigger dude. Yeah. Great Lakes Outdoors. Go get you some cooksy. I think I'm about to. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll be back with a couple of videos breaking down the 250s and the 450s in detail. And I will catch you guys later. Max Racing Team 23. You are dead on with that one. She did exactly what you wrote there. So thanks, man. I'll catch you guys later.
It's a good thing I didn't come out.